Thank you for joining me for today's Vinyasa flow. My name is Lauren and we're going to start standing up today. So when you are ready, just standing in the center of your mat, feet hip width apart, nice and tall. We're going to take an inhale, palms come together overhead. On your exhale, go ahead and draw your hands through your center. And we'll do two more just like this. Big inhale in, reaching up and overhead, stretching through the side bodies, and exhaling, hands through heart center. One more like this. Big inhale up and overhead, and this time keep the hands just shoulder width apart. We're going to take right hand onto left wrist as you take a side body stretch. Nose towards the sky. And then move through center. Left hand to right wrist. Side body stretch. Nose to the sky. And then go ahead and move back through center. Big reach overhead. Next exhale, swan dive forward. And just hugging our elbows here. We'll find a bit of a rock side to side. So moving through entire body. Maybe bending one knee and then the other. Nodding, shaking the head. You can go ahead and unravel the arms, reaching for the ground. One slow roll, all the way up. When you've made it to the top, shoulder roll to the back edge of your mat. Ground down through shoulders and interlace hands here. Pull down through that interlace. We're going to take a long stretch through the sternum to sky, and on your exhale, bow. So that clasp, that interlace, travels towards the sky as your nose comes to knees. Awesome opening for the shoulders. Beautiful stretch for the backs of the legs. Staying in your forward fold, you can release the hands and just allow them to float down to the mat. We'll take one more roll to stand. Alright, full body moving, full body connected. Let's jump in with a little more intensity. You can come to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, arms span out towards the sky, palms together, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, take a bow. Fingertips coming down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, roll the shoulders back. And exhale to come all the way down, hands to the earth as you step back, drop to the knees, untuck toes, belly to the earth. And inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale as you sink down, tuck toes under, hips come back and up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the heels. Then dropping the heels, slight bend in the knees, looking between the hands and walking top of the mat. We meet in Uttanasana, a forward fold. We do that all again. Inhale, stand, rise, span arms out to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, other halfway lift. Exhale, bow, step back, and this time you can drop to the knees or stay lifted in your plank. As you exhale through Chaturanga, inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, we meet in downward dog. Pedal out here, dropping one heel and then the other. Always an option to rest in child's pose if you need to. Otherwise, we again bend through the knees, look between the hands and tiptoe, one foot and then the other. Meet at the top of the mat, forward fold, inhale, stand rise. Hands come together overhead. One more round of Surya Namaskar, your sun salutation, exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send it down, step back, plank position, your flow. You can drop to the knees or move through your Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale, meet, downward dog. Alright, ready to add a little of intensity here. There are lots of options to take if you would like to take them. Bend through the knees, send the hips to the back corner of your mat, look between the hands, plug into the hands, and option walk or float. Land, forward fold. Inhale, rise, palms together overhead. And exhale, take that back. Inhale, half lift, roll shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, bow down, just the right leg goes back. Right knee to the earth, untuck toes. Inhale, fingertips to the sky, big stretch here, and exhale, send your hips back as you draw the left toes towards you, fingertips float off the earth. Beautiful. Staying in half split just for one round of breath, and next inhale you can plant the left foot and inhale, fingertips come to the sky. Retuck those back toes, lift the kneecap with strength off the mat. This time, exhale as your weight comes forward, legs straighten into pyramid. Again, stay for a round of breath, a lot of strength in those legs. And inhale, fingertips to the sky, rebending into left knee. This time we take a bow, hands come to the earth, step back to plank, your float. So you can again move to those knees or stay lifted, chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out through the legs, drop the heels. Inhale, right heel comes to the sky, bend the right knee. Open up through the hips. Next, exhale, right knee comes towards the nose. Hover, 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 stay with it. Nice and strong. We're gonna step right foot to the outside of the right hand. So we're in a lizard variation here, and on your inhale, go ahead and take right fingertips up to the sky. Big open lizard stretch. Right hand comes down. And then from here, we're going to step left foot to the outside of the left hand. So we meet in Malasana, yogi squat. Lifting through the chest. And then coming forward, hands to the earth. We're going to jump back to your plank, downward facing dog. Your choice. You can again tiptoe, walk to the top of the mat, or this time bending the knees, jump between the hands, float and land. Inhale, right, Urdhva hands overhead. Exhale, take that bow, Uttanasana. And inhale, lift up, Ardha. Exhale to bow and send the left leg back. You can drop the knee, untuck toes. Inhale, fingertips come up and overhead to the sky. Staying for one round of breath on that inhale, stretch. On the exhale, forward fold, and you draw right toes towards you, find balance. You can always bring fingers to the earth for support if you need. Otherwise, we're holding, holding, holding. Next inhale, pivot forward, fingertips come up and overhead. You can tuck the left toes under, lift that kneecap off the earth, high lunge. And next, exhale, again, hinge forward and come into pyramid. So again, you've got the option of fingers to the earth or fingers floating beside you. Really plug into the feet, zip inner thighs towards one another. And next inhale, you reach up and overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. You step back to plank and move through your float. Chaturanga or knees to belly to cobra. Picking your variation. Landing downward facing dog. Pedal out through heels. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. And on your next exhale, knee travels towards nose. We step to the outside of the left hand. Hold here in your lizard variation. Option to stay or inhale, left fingertips come to the sky, opening up, big twist in lizard. And exhaling, hand comes down to the earth. Stepping right foot to the outside of the right hand, meet in Malasana yogi squat. So if it's not super comfortable to be here, you can always be a little bit higher. And you also want to make sure that you're not just hanging out and collapsing at the bottom. There is lift, there is energy. We're going to bring the hands to the earth, and with control, with power, take and jump back to plank. Downward facing dog. Pedal out through the heels. So ready to add on, and if there are some options here that you are not taking or you're just playing with, do that, just play. It doesn't have to be serious. Drop the heels, bend the knees, or look between the hands, give it a go. Float to land, Uttanasana. Slight bend in those knees, and then bend them a little bit more as you take fingertips to the back edge of your mat. We're going to keep the bend in the knees as inhale, fingertips come to the sky. Utkatasana chair. Can you draw tailbone to the earth a little more? Lift the sternum a little higher. And then nice easy release just on that inhale stand. Palms come together. Exhale. Hands through the midline, down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to take that bow. Right foot comes back. Knee stays off the earth this time as you inhale, fingertips to the sky. sky. Exhale, one big open, elbows to rib cage, squeeze shoulder blades together. And then inhale, reach fingertips to the sky. Exhale, we're going to take the hands behind the body, find clasp, like we did in our warm-up. And then bow, humble warrior. So you're going to pivot slightly onto that back foot, and left shoulder comes to left knee as that bind comes towards the sky. Head towards the earth. Strengthen the legs. A little bit of energy in the core, navel drawing to spine. And then from here, try not to release the hands. Use your core to stand all the way up. Inhale back through that high lunge. And exhale, hands frame the front foot. Step back to plank. And find your flow. This time, option to add a double chaturanga. So you come down halfway, push back up. And then next time you come down, sweep the chest through the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, arrive. Downward dog. Inhale, peel right foot to the sky and bend the knee. This time I'm going to point the toes towards the earth. Really big stretch here, almost like that leg is going to come up and over the top of the left leg. But it doesn't quite. Next exhale, draw knee to chest and hover. We stay in this hover nice and strong. And then step right foot to the outside of the right hand. From here, inhale, right fingertips come to the sky. And then Cleopatra, right fingertips come towards the back edge of the mat as you hinge onto the outer edges of both feet. On your inhale, sweep, right hand up and overhead, hips to the sky. And exhale, we're going to take fingertips to the back edge of the mat. Inhale, fingertips overhead. Exhale to the back edge of the mat, drop the hips. And then just pivoting forward. The hand comes in between that right leg, so the inner side of the thigh. And then again, Malasana, we step left foot to the outside of left hand and arrive. Take a moment here, breathe. Moving with energy today. It's a faster flow, it's a strong flow. And you have options, so again, hands come to the earth and you can step back or jump back, or if you want to have a play here and just play, hands come to the ground. Knees come to the backs of those upper arms, and maybe you walk the toes back. Maybe toes lift off as you come into Bakasana. And then you have the option from here to use the core and land in your plank. Exhale, dropping navel to the ground. Inhale, back bend. Take a flow. Maybe look over one shoulder and then the other, and arrive downward facing dog. Pedal out through the legs. Drop both heels, bend the knees. Look between the hands. Again, you've got your options to walk, step, or float top of the mat. Drawing the feet a little closer together, bend the knees. Fingertips come to the back edge of the mat. On your inhale, sweep them up and overhead, Utkatasana, chair. Navel drawing the spine and tailbone drawing towards the earth. And on your next inhale, go ahead, stand up, palms come together. Exhale, take your bow, fingertips floating towards the earth. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, send it down, left foot comes back, knee stays off the ground. Keep the bend in your right knee as you inhale, fingertips come up and overhead. Just once, exhale, elbows, ribcage, open the chest, sternum to sky. Inhale, big stretch overhead, and exhale, hands come together behind the body, clasping opposite thumb on top this time, the side that feels a little awkward and uncomfortable. And you rotate onto that back foot as you draw right shoulder to right knee. Crown of the head towards the earth. Clasp towards the sky. And keep on breathing. Strengthen the legs, strengthen the core. As you draw yourself back up. Fingertips overhead. High lunge. Exhale. Take your bow. Hands to the earth. Step back, plank. Remember your option, double chaturanga here. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower halfway and sweep the chest through as you inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And this time, inhale, left leg comes to the sky, bend the knee, yawn the toes towards the ground. Stay here, but really, really work left leg towards the ground. You may know where we're going next round from here. On that exhale, left knee comes to chest, holding, hovering, and then stepping left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. Inhale, left fingertips come up to the sky, and exhale as you pivot into Cleopatra. Outer edges of the feet, left fingertips to back edge of the mat, and we find float. Inhale, arm overhead, hips to the sky. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, take it overhead. Exhale, bring it down. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale, down. Next inhale, you can come back through your high lunge and reconnect that hand to the earth. From here, right foot steps in. Malasana, yogi squat. Arrive. Breathe. And don't rush. You move at your own pace. If you need to take longer to get there, take longer to get there. When you are ready, it's your flow. You can step back. You can rest in child's pose. You might come into Bakasana, crow, walking the feet back, finding balance. And wherever you are, we come back to plank and come back to float. Your version. If you need to drop to the knees, take a slow lower down. Maybe take a half loop. Maybe you take a recovery in child's pose. Just doing what serves you. We will be meeting in downward facing dog. And from here, we will be bending into the knees, looking between the hands, plugging into the hands as you float top of the mat. Bend the knees generously, fingertips back edge of the mat. Inhale, fingertips towards the sky with Kapasana chair. And this time, plug in, really plug in to the right leg. Draw left knee to chest and cross left leg on top of the right. Maybe you stay here or maybe you find a full bind by bringing the toes of the left foot around the shin of the right leg or the calf of the right leg. And you can stay here. If that feels okay, left arm comes underneath the right. And you can work the palms together, equal arms, equal legs. Sink a little lower. Breathe. And in one movement, inhale. Release, fingertips to the sky, palms together overhead. Exhale, float. Float forward. Inhale, your halfway lift. You can be creative with it. And exhale to bow. Stepping back. Left leg. Inhale. We've already done that side, haven't we? I want to make it a little bit more challenging. We're coming into that Uttanasana, forward fold. Take one more inhale, half lift, and we'll reset. Exhale, bow. Stepping right foot back. Inhale, fingertips come up and overhead to the sky. And this time, exhale, land, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. We're going to come into side angle here. Left elbow to left knee, right fingertips up and overhead. And you have the option to stay here. I've done this in lots of videos before, lots of classes before. Today, we can add on. Left fingertips come to the earth. Right arm loops around the back of the body so that you can see your hands next to that waist space. And then from here, left arm reaches up towards right. Maybe you find bind, maybe you connect. And you can stay here in this bind or working towards this bind. If you want a little more, you're stepping right foot towards left foot. And then from here, left toes to the earth. Maybe you stand, left leg lifts. Just be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. Coming into bird of paradise, you have the option to stay here, option to extend through left leg. This is, remember, a flow, a challenging class. You drop off where you need to. Hey, if you want to add on, you add on if you want to. As in if you want to add on more to this. Be my guest. And to come out, control, hinging through the hips, bending into right knee. Left foot comes down, right foot shoots back. Unravel the arms and weight side angle. And then from here, just take it back into Warrior 2. Beautiful work. We'll cartwheel forward to frame the left foot. And step back. Plank. Your flow. Option for that double chaturanga. Maybe it's a little slower. Sometimes slower is stronger. Moving through upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Beautiful, again adding on. Inhale, right heel comes to the sky, bend the knee, point right toes towards the earth. You can stay where you were last time or flip into wild thing. Right toes come down, right hand lifts off. Beautiful back bend, beautiful shape. Exhale. One swift movement, knee comes to chest. Step right foot to outside of right hand, left foot to outside of left hand. Malasana, yogi squat, and then we flow straight away. Coming maybe into crow, your jump back. One more flow here. Exhale, land, downward dog. Bending through the knees, looking between the hands, and taking that jump, top of the mat. Inhale, stand, rise. And exhale, sink down, chair, we'll move into our eagle on the other side. This time, really grounding into left leg. Right leg crosses over the left. Take it around the back of the leg, or maybe it just crosses, that's okay too. And then this time, right hand comes underneath the left arm. So you take eagle bind through the arms. Sink a little lower. Sink a little lower. And then inhale, stand, palms together. Exhale, take your back. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send it down, and this time left foot steps back. We inhale, take arms up and overhead. Exhale, land, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2, other side. We know where we're going. Right elbow, right knee, left arm overhead. And take this transition slowly. Drop off where you need to. Right fingertips come to the earth. Left hand sweeps around to the waist space of the right hand side of the body. And then right hand comes underneath right leg. Maybe hands bind and you stay here or work towards this. Option to move into your bird of paradise. Left foot steps in. Right toes hover. And you can stand it up. Find balance. If you fall out, you come back in. It's like our tree posture, always playing. Extend your right leg. And you can come down with grace. Right foot lands. Left foot steps back. Move back to our side ankle. Move back to our warrior 2. Hands come to the earth, frame of foot. Step back, plank. Reset. Double chaturanga. Lower halfway. Inhale, lift. And exhale, take your flow. We land in downward dog. Reset. Left heel to the sky. Bend left knee, point the toes. Option to stay here or flip into wild thing. Next exhale, one swift movement. You land with knee to chest. Hold it here. Step left foot forward. Step right foot forward. We've got one more plane. Malasana, Bakasana, or stepping back into that plank. Maybe jumping back, and then knees to the earth. Untuck toes, child's pose, forehead to the ground. Breathe easy. And if it feels comfortable, you can walk the hands forward, bring the palms together, and then palms to the back of your neck, nape of your neck. Elbows creep forward. Coming into shark fin, namaste. Noticing heart rate is elevated. Maybe you've worked up a bit of a sweat. I definitely have. I also put the heater on at the start of this class, so that's on me. And then unraveling arms to the earth. Walking fingertips towards you. And just really, really simply, pivoting around onto hips. Walk the legs out in front of you. Sit tall through the body. And then we're creeping fingertips towards toes. Maybe you grab a hold of the shins, the ankles, the feet themselves, whatever is comfortable for you. Beautiful forward fold stretch here through hamstrings, low back. Drawing chin to chest, stretching back of the neck. And bringing yourself all the way up and coming down to a lying position. We have 2 rounds of back bend here. So round 1 is option 1. Soles of the feet are hip width apart. We come into Setu Bandha Savandasana, our bridge, by taking hips to the sky, interlacing hands underneath the body, walking those upper arms in, and nose, eyes towards sky here, nice and long through the neck. Press into the feet. And in your own time, you can choose to stay here or choose to release. And perhaps create a little more intensity if wheel is in your practice. Fingertips towards shoulders, and on your inhale, go ahead and lift on up, wheel. And straighten a little more through those legs. Really draw glutes together. Legs on 2 train tracks. And you come out through your bridge. Softly bending into elbows, landing in bridge, and rolling all the way down. Hug knees to chest, find that rock side to side, nice easy movement. And we'll take one more challenging shape here before a beautiful stretch and relax. So option 1 is to come into your plow. We take legs to the sky and then keep them up and overhead. Hands are going to come to the low back for support. Legs are parallel to the ground. Again, nose is just towards your knees, so you're long through the neck and straight. You've got the option to stay here, or option to take feet towards the sky as you come into shoulder stand. Really use the backs of those upper arms for support. You might play here for a little longer. When you're ready to come out, legs come to plow, and then slow roll all the way down. Beautiful, you can hug knees to chest once more, rock and roll side to side, and last posture here, hands come to outsides of feet. We'll kick the feet up towards the sky, and then draw knees towards the outsides of the body, happy baby. You can close the eyes, allow the tailbone to come off the mat. Maybe find rock side to side, that can feel beautiful too. And again, option to play, maybe straighten the legs, bend the knees, draw feet together, no right or wrong, worked hard. And then from there, slow release. Extend the legs out, come into Shavasana, final posture here. Palms open to the sky, shoulders away from ears. And I encourage you to stay here for as long as serves you. Connecting to that ebb and flow of your breath, heart rate a little slower now, room to slow it down a little more. Feeling strong, feeling challenged, and feeling ready for the rest of your day. When you are ready, you can come out however you like. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon.